Hi guys, welcome to King Technologies. Today we are going to learn how to write tests in Postman. So let's get into it. Today we are not going to create APIs, we are just going to write tests on them. So if you go to an API, you will see a test tab there. And here you write test. And whenever you run the API, the test get automatically run and you will see the test result here. And before writing the test, I want to show you chai.js. Chai.js is a session library and whenever you write a code, it will either return true or false. Chai.js is based on two development approaches, either the BDD or TDD. BDD means behavior driven development or TDD means test driven development. I go with test driven development. What that means is whenever you add a functionality, you write the test on it, and after that you add another functionality and you write test for it and you run both the tests. So it's in this way you just add functionality, write test and check all the previous tests. So let's write some tests. For that you need to go with pm dot, that's basically an acronym for Postman, and pm dot test, and here you need to provide a name of the test. Let's go with the status code is 201, and here you need to provide a callback function. I'm going to use arrow function for this, and here you write tests. So let's go with pm dot response. You can have request and response dot to, and let's go have status, and as you're seeing you will get a good handy intelligence here for all the properties and methods you can use. Status, let's go with 201, and if you run the request you will see the test result and the body as well here. So as you see the status is passed because we get the status 201, and if you write anything else here like 221, you will see the test is failed. And if you write a test for all the APIs, you can run them in just one click by going run collection and run API template. And here you will see that which test is passed and failed in just one go. So let's make it right by 201, save it, and again run collection and run API template, and you will see the test is passed. Checking status code is one of the best tests in Postman, as you can check the API is running or not. And for checking status you have a couple of more tests as well, like pm.response.to.b to be success or okay. And if you're creating something, you will mostly get the status code 201 created. And let's go with pm.response.to.be JSON. So either you're getting a response or not in a JSON format. And the best and most robust test is pm.expect, and here you can write like pm.response.code to be to, let's go with equal to equal, and here you can write 201, and let's run the test again. So you will see status code 201, and you are seeing that all the test is passed. So let's copy them and paste in the read as well and run it. You will see the test is failed because you are getting 200 here. So you need to change 200 and 200 here, and this is gonna be okay. The success is also fine here, and the JSON is, and this needs to be 200, and you will see status code is passed. So we'll have all the response true. Now for the update as well, you can use the same, but here also you are getting 200, so you need to write 200. Let's change the name as well, and equal to 200. You don't need to change success or JSON. That's fine. Now for the delete request, I think you will get error because 2 is already deleted. Let's go with the 24. Okay, you're getting 200. That means it's deleted. I'm only returning here 1 because if it is product is deleted, then you're getting 1. If it is not deleted, you will get error. So that's gonna be the same as well, and it's also 200. Either like you'll have maybe 201 for created, or 202 or 203 for non-authoritative informations. Okay, it's deleted already. Let's go with 25, and you will see the test is passed. So in this way this works. Let's write some other test as well. So let's go with the basic syntax of test. So that's going to be a dot let's test, and here you need to pass like a message. So message, and here you need to provide a callback function. This syntax is same for mostly all the functions, and here you can provide pm.expect, and here you need to provide a condition. So let's go with true. Show another function, no by fail maybe, and here dot to b, and let's go with okay. So we'll see the message here, and to be okay because it's true. So if you put false here, this is false. So based on this condition, to be equal to this condition, either you can go with this one or this one, that's up to you. Now let's make it true as well again, and after that let's go with checking a schema. You can also check schemas here by going let's see an example where schema and equals, let's provide a schema here to be items maybe, and here let's go with the type to be boolean. Yeah, that will do the job. And after that let's write where data 1 equals maybe true or false. Okay, and for a false condition as well, where data 2 equals maybe let's go with true, and 1 to 3 a number. And here you can write pm.test dot not dot actually, the message is going to be schema is valid, or here a callback function that gonna be pm.expect, and you can use a tv4 here dot validate. It's not actually in postman, it's a chai.js syntax, validate, and here you can provide a data and schema, and after that you need to provide to be true. We're checking this is valid or not. So you're getting schema is valid for data 1. Let's go with data 2 as well. See, it's failed because of this 1 to 3. So in this way you can check the response based on schema. So let's make it data 1 as well. After that let's go with the checking the response time. Let's check for that. pm dot test, let's go with response time is less than maybe 200 ms. Yeah, 200 ms will do the job. Now here you can, based on the system or servers, you will have different response time. So let's go with pm.expect, pm.response dot response time, and here you can check it to be, let's go with below below maybe 200. Yeah, if you run it you'll get pass here, and if you provide here like more than maybe 100, so we'll see an error here because the response time is 157 and you're checking for 100. So let's put it to 150. Yeah, it generates less than 150. Make it the response time as tight as possible. You can check that API is working as you intend, it is fast or not. After that let's check for the content type. So you can check pm.test, content type is JSON, content type is JSON. Actually we tested it already. Let's write it disturbance to it. This is the same I think you expected is already pm.response to be and JSON. So as you can see in the body, this is JSON format, so this is true. Next let's check for the header. So pm.test, content type is present or not in the header, that you can check here. The header, the content type, I'm going to check for this one. Content type is JSON, JavaScript object notation. Actually we can copy this one, and here we can just write pm.response dot have header, and let's go with content type and here you'll see our sixth pass. You can also write here some basic JavaScript. So let's go with the let JSON response equal pm dot response to JSON, and after that pm dot test response should be parsable JSON. Yep. You can name anything you want. Just it needs to be descriptive so you can understand. So pm dot expect, and let's go with JSON response to be okay. Okay, maybe it's a glitch. After that, let's check for the array. Pm dot test response body should be an array, and in the contact function I'm going to write pm dot expect JSON response to be a array. Let's check it is an array or not. Yeah, it is an array. As you can see, this is an array. You can also use console.log here. JSON response, and if you run the test, you will see in the console this is our response with 39 errors. So let's check for pm.test does not return password. So you can write here a callback function for as pm.expect JSON response do not include a keyword as the password. Okay, it's failed. The time is failing actually. Let's make it yeah, no, it's okay. Actually, you can also set here environment variables that are quite useful. So in the environments, you can set the environment variables here, like this one here, variable key, Bitcoin rate, JW token, any token, or like customer ID, user ID, and a base URL as well. Like I generally use a base URL, so I don't need to write them again and again. I just use base URL and the API endpoint, that is slash product or slash products, maybe slash products or different type of request. So in the read, let's write setting the environment variables. You can use pm dot environment dot set, and here you can provide the name of the variable. Let's go with the ID, and here you can provide a JSON response, and you can have like 0 and get the ID. Yeah. Now if you run it, you don't need to provide test function, but now if you check, you will see ID here and the current value is 3 for the first one. As you can see, for the first one, the ID is 3. In this way, you can set token or user ID. Now you can also get the variables as well by pm.environment.get, and here let's go with the ID, and you can use console.log. Console.log print here, and before printing I need to clear it. Now if you run the test, you will see we get 3 here, and you can also go with like global variables, or just the variables that gonna be your collection variables. And specifically collection variables, you can have all the function like set and get. The environment is like the best and very useful. After this, it's now depends on your creativity and the use cases you have to test your API. So you can also do like not to include or include as pm.test, and body contain a string or not. So let's go with body contains string, and here you can put an arrow function again, and let's put here bm.expect bm.response. You can also convert it in a text format as well, and here you can check for dot to and include id. So let's just go with that. And you can also here use a shortcut Control Shift F to format the code. And as you can see, our to test field, response time field, and the body doesn't contain id. id is not defined. Okay, it's need to be a string. And let's go with the response time to be. It's fine. Now it will be. id is not defined again. Utilize a string. Utilize a string. Okay, good. And you can also check the response in two formats as an array as well by going pm.test and status code as array. And here we can go with this function again, pm.expect pm.response code to be one off. And here you can use like 201 or 200. And if you run it, you'll see status code as array. We checked it. And after that, you can also check for active environment. So pm.test. Let's go with check the environment. And here we can just like pm.expect pm.environment.name to QL will do the job. And here you can just do like API template. It's right. And you can do all the thing console.log, and you can also use if else here if you want, like by for setting an environment variable if this condition matches or with the else condition you want. So these are all the ways you can have for writing tests, and by different combination of these tests you can have all you wanted, and you can make your API test completely automated by just writing test, and after that go with the run collection and run your API, and you will see here all the tests that are worked or not. Using this delete because we already deleted this one, so let's go with this one, and you will see the test is passed. Let's change it to 7, save it, save this one as well, and run the API again. Run collection and run API template again. You see all the tests pass. So in this way you write test in Postman. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Comment down below what you want next. Like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.